much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show that puts obscure knowledge to the test. Let's meet today's players. Now, first up, we welcome back Gemma and Helen. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets two chances, of course, to reach the Pointless final. This is your second chance. Gemma, remind us how you know each other.
We're best friends. We met back in school and then we worked together in our part-time jobs and also lived together during university, during term time.
And Helen, what happened last time?
It all went spectacularly wrong. We got 200 out in the first round.
Out of the first round, what was the round? What was the category?
Pop music.
It was pop music.
Yeah.
Dear, it was colourful songs.
Colourful songs, yeah.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. No, it wasn't a good category for you, that one.
No, it didn't work out well.
OK, well, we'll draw a line under that. Yeah. You're back now for your second appearance. Yeah. You now know what it looks like, what it feels like. What do you hope is going to come up? What's your perfect Pointless round?
It has to be geography, American geography,
American
world
geography.
capitals, anything.
Excellent. OK, what are your hobbies, Gemma?
Well, I do architecture in university, so outside that I'm quite a creative person, so I like art and projects. Myself and Helen are quite into costume making.
Really?
Yeah,
what do you make costumes for?
Well, Halloween dress-up parties, like for university and stuff.
Well, welcome back to the show, Gemma and Helen. Let's hope we see
you.
much more of you today than we did last time. I think you were ill-served by that category. Next, we welcome back Damien and Zach. You were also on the show last time. Damien, remind us how you know each other.
Well, I was originally going to pick someone else for the show and they let me down, and then I met this bloke randomly in the street and I thought, well, will you do it? And yeah, we met a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I'm his twin, I'll do the easy bit.
OK, very good. Now, Zach, what happened last time?
Made it through to the head-to-head.
You did it very well.
Absolutely kicking ourselves because we kind of chose the option that we thought was most obscure, and unfortunately we knew the one that they picked, and it's one of those. We haven't argued about it because we
It's tough, though. Now, head-to-heads are always very difficult because it all comes down to which order you answer in, really. Zach, what would you like to see come up today?
Anything sporty, but definitely steering away from art and literature-y kind of things, so...
OK.
We're not cultural people.
Mind you, made it through to the head-to-head.
Yeah, true.
You did something right.
More luck than judgment, I'm sure.
OK, well, let's hope that luck stays with you today. Best of luck, guys. It's great to have you back. And next, we welcome Andy and Heather. How do you two know each other?
Heather is my little sister, calm.
Oh.
I know. And that is my role today, to look after her and keep her calm.
That's so nice. Where are you from, Andy?
I live up in Doncaster.
Doncaster. What do you do up there?
I run my own business, an online marketing company.
OK, Heather, what do you do?
I'm a full-time mum and housewife.
Lovely. Whereabouts?
In Sidcup.
In Sidcup?
Yeah.
Excellent. What do you like to get up to in your spare time? How many children have you got?
I've only got two girls.
Two. Only? That'll do.
Yeah.
That's enough. But if they give you any spare time, which I sort of doubt,
Not much, yeah.
What do you like to get up to?
I love films, I like reading, I like swimming.
OK, favourite kind of books? Do you have a favourite
I like
author?
classic books.
Classic books.
Yeah.
OK, Andy, how about you? What do you fill your time with?
I run a badminton club.
OK.
And generally sort of try and sort of take part and watch a lot of sports. That's quite good for me. Sort of football, cricket type of stuff. And I'm also into cooking and wine.
Cooking and wine.
Yes. So any obscure wine varieties you want to pick is great.
That's quite impressive. Good stuff. Well, warm welcome to the show, Andy and Heather. Very best of luck to you. And finally, we welcome back Jamie and Sue, who were also on the show last time. Remind us how you know each other.
Sue is my mum.
And Jamie, what happened last time?
I was one word out from a one-point answer on a James Bond question.
That's right, Ian Fleming, novels and short stories. Oh, yes, you were unlucky. You were unlucky there. Sue, what would you like to see come up today?
Science, nature, DIY.
DIY?
Gardening.
Do you have a kitchen garden, Sue, or do you have mainly flowers in your garden?
No, I grow fruit and vegetables.
Lovely. Very good indeed. Jamie, what would you like to see come up?
Music round or TV comedies. Good for me. Not American geography, though. OK,
not American geography. OK, well, we'll do our best. Very best of luck to you, Jamie and Sue. It was round 2 last time, I think, for you, wasn't it? Yeah, well, let's hope we see more of you this time. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce, asking the kind of obscure questions that make your head go numb. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Are you well?
Yeah, mustn't grumble.
Yeah, you sure?
Really? No, I really
sounded like a
shouldn't.
little pause there. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, fine. Do you
Oh,
know-
what's wrong? Come on. What's up? What is it?
I'm I'm tired. I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm
Are you?
tired. Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot of children, a lot of very young children, haven't you?
Yeah.
We've got 3 returning pairs today. That should perk you up because you know them all already.
Yeah.
So you don't have the scary thing of getting to know people.
No, that's true.
Because he's quite shy. So with new pairs, you get a little
Yeah,
bit
little
nervous,
bit.
don't you? With people you know, you're much better. You mix much better when you know people, don't you?
Yeah.
The one thing we didn't talk about last time, we've done so many shows, haven't we? And, you know, all sorts of different jobs and stuff like that. And for the first time we came across a job I'd never come across on Pointless before, which was Sue's job. Remember what she does? She's a farm sitter.
Oh, yeah.
A farm sitter.
Farm sitter.
How do you become a farm sitter?
Well, it's friends that have farms and they want to go on holiday, so I...
How many friends have you got who've got farms?
About 5.
Are you in the Archers?
Do you remember old MacDonald? He had a
He
farm.
did, didn't he? Wow. Well, that's a great job. Yeah. So 3 returning pairs. Of course, Damien and Zach did the best of all of them last time, so they'll be the pair to watch. First round, anyone who likes film. It's quite a good involved film question. Make you think laterally a little bit.
OK, well, thanks very much indeed, Richard. All our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning the jackpot, our contestants need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. So the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points you will score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. This is an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £5,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure it's not you. OK, our category for round 1 is film partnerships. Film partnerships. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, the question concerns co-stars and their films. Co-stars and their films, Richard.
Yes, in a moment, Alexander is going to show you a list of 6 pairs of actors. We need you to give us the name of any feature film made for cinema release for which both have been credited. As always, no TV films, documentaries or short films, but voice performances do count. So any film that any of these pairs of actors have starred in together, please. Very, very best of luck.
OK, now then, Gemma and Helen, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. And our 6 pairs of actors are Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer, Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. I'll read those all one last time. Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer, Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Now remember, we are looking for the films in which these actors co-starred. OK, Gemma, what is the most obscure film you can think of on that board?
I'm going to go for The Lake House, which has Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock in it, I think.
The Lake House, says Gemma. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said The Lake House. It's right. 3. 3 for The Lake House.
That's a terrific answer, Gemma. Very good start, especially on that first podium. It's a time travel romantic drama. Sandra Bullock has a lake house and starts exchanging letters with his former resident, Keanu Reeves.
Damien.
I think I'll go for Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman for Far and Away.
Far and Away, it says Damien, for Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Far and Away. Absolutely right. Oh, very well done, Damien. 3 for Far and Away. Good start to the round.
It's going very well, isn't it? It's another terrific answer. Yeah, Ron Howard film from 1992.
Heather. So we're looking for any films with these pairs of actors in.
Okay, I'm going for Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet and Revolutionary Road.
Revolutionary Road, says Heather. Revolutionary Road. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said it. Revolutionary Road. Absolutely right. 3 seems to be the score of the moment. Where's this one going to stop? 5! 5, Heather. It's a very high score there. 5, Revolutionary Road.
Yeah, Heather's our newcomer, but keeping up the low scoring, very well done, from 2008, directed by Sam Mendes. A brilliant book, Revolutionary Road. The film, yeah.
Really?
Less so. It's all right.
Sue.
I don't go to the cinema. The only one I think might be right is Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, When Harry Met Sally.
OK, When Harry Met Sally, says Sue for Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. When Harry Met Sally. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said it. Bad luck, Sue. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Sue. It is Meg Ryan, but with Billy Crystal, I'm afraid.
All right.
OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. 3 is our lowest score. Damien and Gemma both scored 3. So Gemma and Helen, Damien and Zach looking pretty strong there. Then Heather and Andy on 5. And then way up to 100, where we find Sue and Jamie. So, Jamie, we need some clever scoring from you in the next pass. And we'll have to hope that's enough to keep you in the show. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so we are looking for films in which these pairs of actors co-starred. Now then, Jamie, you're the high scorers on 100 points.
All right, I'm going to take a bit of a risk then and go with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan again. Big.
Big, says Jamie. Big, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan. Let's see if that's right. No red line for you. You're the high scorers. Bad luck, Jamie. I'm afraid another incorrect answer, which scores you another 100 points, taking your total up to an unbeatable 200 points.
Yeah, sorry, Jamie, you had to take a risk. And, I mean, between you and your mum, you did name us a Tom Hanks and a Meg Ryan film. But not in quite the way we needed, so it's very unlucky. So Elizabeth Perkins is the main female.
In Big.
Yeah.
Now then, Andy, you're through to the next round, whatever happens. Even if you score 100, you won't overtake Jamie and Sue's high score of 200. Maybe there's a pointless answer out there.
There may be, but I won't get it. Film is not good for me. But I will go with Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, You Got Mail.
You Got Mail, says Andy. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. You Got Mail. That's right. $22. 22 takes your score to 27.
Yeah, from 1998, perfectly good answer. It's been filmed twice before that. Shop Around the Corner. It's based on the same story.
So remember, we're looking for any films in which these pairs of actors have starred. Now then, Zach, you're currently on 3.
I'm going to go for a random one that I believe Johnny Depp was definitely in, but I have absolutely no clue that Helena Bonham Carter was in it. But just to go in pursuit of a pointless answer, I will go for Rango.
Rango, says Zach. Rango, let's see. Is Rango right? How many people said it? No. Good guess. Well, actually, no, bad guess, as it turns out. Bad guess, but good tactics. Yeah. Incorrect, scores you 100 points. Doesn't matter, you're through to the next round anyway. 103 is your total.
Yeah, worth a go again. Johnny Depp obviously provides a voice in that animation thing. Isla Fisher provides the main female voice.
And finally, Helen. You're through to the next round. This is great news.
Yeah. I'd love to go for a pointless, but I don't want another 100.
Oh, no, you can score 100, doesn't matter. If you score 100, it's fine. Take all the risks you like.
I'll never live it down.
No, you will. Do what Zach just did. Zach's, you've got a massive, great... Don't know what I was going to say, but you've got a massively... Listen, you're 197 points behind Jamie and Sue.
I think I'm just going to go for Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock and for Speed.
Oh, Helen.
I know,
Oh, that's
sorry.
disappointing. Oh, well, there we are. Speed. Speed. Let's see. It's right. 41. Takes your total to 44.
Yeah, and well done for not getting bullied into that by Xander as well. Perfectly good. Yeah, absolutely right. Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. There's no pointless answers here at all, actually. We've heard two of the best three answers you could possibly have got, which is Far and Away, so that's a terrific answer, and The Lake House as well. Both scored 3. It's one film that would have beaten those. One film would have scored 2, and that is the first film starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, Joe versus the Volcano. So very well done if you got that. That's the best answer you could have given. There's The Lake House and Far and Away. So we look at the top 3 answers. These are the ones that most of our 100 people said. Sleepless in Seattle would have scored 31. That's Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan again. There's Speed, 41. And right at the top, what do you think would be top of this, of all of those actors?
Titanic.
Yeah, DiCaprio and Winslet, Titanic, 91 points. 91 points that would have scored. If you want some more low scorers, Corpse Bride was a fairly low scorer. Days of Thunder, Wolf, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and The Witches of Eastwick both scored 10. Alice in Wonderland, 11. Eyes Wide Shut would have scored you 20. Sweeney Todd, 22.
OK, well, thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Jamie and Sue. Bad luck. Now, last time you were very unlucky. Very, very unlucky indeed. Just one word away from a really lovely low score. This time, I'm afraid you were less well suited to the category, I'd say. But anyway, it's been great having you on the show, Jamie and Sue, but I'm afraid this is where we say goodbye. Thanks very much for playing. Great contestants. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only going to be room for 2 pairs in our head-to-head round, so one of the pairs in front of me now will be leaving us at the end of this round. Which pair is it going to be? Andy and Heather. Lovely performance there. Fantastic. Very, very good indeed. Gemma and Helen. Gemma. The Lake House. Yeah. Superb. Great answering as well from, was it Zach? Was it Damien? Was it Zach? If only...
I'll take the credit. He
taught
him everything he knows.
You spent your life doing that, haven't you, Zach? Yeah.
Any cliche.
There we are. OK, right now, on to round 2. And our category for round 2 is historical events. Historical events. Can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our question concerns events and their centuries. Events and their centuries, Richard.
Yes, on each pass, we're going to show you 6 different events. You just have to tell us in which century those events occurred, please. As always, a nice obscure answer will score you fewer points, but an incorrect answer will score 100. A great round for all the big history buffs out there. See if you can get all 12 of these at home.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. So we are looking for the centuries in which these events took place. And we have got, on our first board, an English fleet defeated the Spanish Armada. Charlemagne became king of the Franks. Samuel Pepys wrote his diary. Queen Victoria married Prince Albert. Doomsday Survey was undertaken. The spinning jenny was patented. I'll read those one last time. An English fleet defeated the Spanish Armada. Charlemagne became king of the Franks. Samuel Pepys wrote his diary. Queen Victoria married Prince Albert. The Doomsday Survey was undertaken. And the spinning jenny was patented. There we are, 6 events. We want the century in which the most obscure, to your mind, took place. Gemma.
History wouldn't be a strong point, but I'm going to go for the Queen Victoria married Prince Albert in the 19th century.
The 19th century, says Gemma. Let's see if that's right. For the century in which Queen Victoria married Prince Albert, is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right. 43.
Yeah, good answer. They were cousins, of course, the 2 of them.
Yeah.
As was often the way in those days.
It was almost impossible not to be. If they had to marry other crowned heads of Europe.
Yeah, they were all, essentially related.
Ah, well.
It was like the big fat gypsy wedding of its day, the royal families of those times.
Now then, Zach. OK, remember, we are looking for the centuries in which these events took place.
I think I will go for Samuel Pepys, if that's the right way to say it.
You say it how you like, yeah.
And I'll go for the 18th.
You're going to say the 18th century for Pepys's diary. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said the 18th century. No. Right, that's an incorrect answer, which scores you the maximum of 100 points.
Sorry, Zach, I'll give the correct answer at the end of the pass.
Now then, Heather. Heather, you're the last person to have this board. You can talk us through it if you like.
I would love to, Alexander. I only know two. The Doomsday Survey, I think, was 11th century, but the one I'll go for is an English fleet defeated the Spanish Armada, and I will say 16th century.
The 16th century, it says, Heather, for the Spanish Armada. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said the 16th century. Absolutely right. Well done, Heather. 14. Very well done indeed. Great score.
Well done, Heather. 1588. They only actually lost 4 ships in the actual battle, the Spanish, and they lost 55 more as they tried to escape around the north of Scotland and
they
the
were
west
just
of
blown
Ireland.
onto rocks, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's take a look through the rest. Pepys's diary was 17th century, famously wrote about the Great Fire of London, amongst other things. Would have scored you 18 points. The Doomsday Survey absolutely was the 11th century, Heather, 22 points. The spinning jenny was patented in the 18th century by James Hargreaves, 15 points for that. And Charlemagne became king of the Franks, this is the best answer on the board, in the 8th century. 1 point, so very well done if you got that. Very well done if you got all of them as well.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. 14, very much the best score of that pass. Very well done, Heather, once again. Heather and Andy looking like a very, very strong pair. Then up to 43, where we find Gemma and Helen. And then way up to 100, where we find Zach and Damien. Well, I mean, it's not out of reach, Damien. If you can find a brilliant answer on the next board, maybe it'll be enough to keep you in the game. We'll just have to see. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 6 more historical events on the board, and here they come. We have got Magna Carta signed. St. Patrick began his missionary work in Ireland. Mark Zuckerberg co-founded Facebook. Martin Luther published his 95 Theses. Mussolini came to power in Italy. And Napoleon was exiled to Elba. I'll read those all one last time. Magna Carta was signed. St. Patrick began his missionary work in Ireland. Mark Zuckerberg co-founded Facebook. Martin Luther published his 95 Theses. Mussolini came to power in Italy. And Napoleon exiled to Elba. There we are. We're looking for the centuries in which these events took place. And obviously, Andy, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew.
OK, again, another topic which is not a strong point of mine.
OK, well, you're on 14, Andy. The
OK.
high scorers are Damien and Zach on 100, so you've got an 85-point margin, shall we say.
OK, I will go for the Magna Carta signed, and I think that was the 13th century.
The 13th century, says Andy. The 13th century, here is your red line. Get below that, you're through to the next round. 13th century for Magna Carta, is that right? Absolutely right, and you're through to the next round. 11. Very well played, Andy. That takes your total up to 25. Brilliant.
Well played, Andy. The Charter of English Liberties granted by King John in 1215, and then a few alterations in the next 10 years or so.
I thought you meant next 10 years from now. I was thinking, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we're amending it now.
Yeah, they've asked me to have a look at it.
OK. Wow.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Now then, Damien, you're the high scorers on 100.
Yes, I'm equally strong on this subject as my brother. There are on here a couple of fairly well-obvious answers, but I can't use those. So it's going to be a complete and utter stab in the dark with Martin Luther published his 95 Theses, and I will try the 18th century.
The 18th century, it says Damien for Martin Luther. The 18th century, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. No red line for you, because you're the high scorers. No bad luck, Damien. I'm afraid another incorrect answer, scoring you the maximum of 100 points, taking your total up to 200. Bad luck.
Sorry, Damien, did what you had to do again there. We'll give the answer at the end of the pass.
Now then, Helen. The good news is you're through to the head-to-head, Helen. You're on 43. Take us through the board, if you can.
I can't really. I really want to go for this St. Patrick's one. I know my mum's going to kill me. But I'm just going to have a guess with it, and I'm going to say the 15th century.
The 15th century. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. The 15th century. Bad luck, Helen. An incorrect answer, scoring you the maximum of 100 points. Doesn't matter, though. Takes your total to 143. You're through to the head-to-head.
Sorry, Helen, you were so close. You'd literally just gone 1,000 years earlier. You'd have got it. It's the 5th century is the answer to that one. 1 point as well, there, so it's a very good answer if anyone got it at home. Now, Damon, you might have been better off going for one of the ones that look like they're easy, funnily enough, because nothing scored very highly here. Even Mussolini coming to power in Italy, that was obviously the 20th century, but only scored 39 points. Mark Zuckerberg co-founded Facebook. Do you know the answer to that?
21st century.
21st century. Yeah. That's impressive, isn't it? 31 points that would have got, so again, a low scorer. Now, Martin Luther published his thesis. It wasn't the 18th century. You weren't a million miles out, 16th century. I'm afraid would have scored 6. And Napoleon was exiled to Elba in the 19th century, which only scored 18 as well. So again, very, very well done if anybody got all 12 of those at home. It's terrific work.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid, Damien and Zach, we come to the end of your pointless road. But head-to-head last time. Not bad at all. And then 200 Club this time.
Yeah, we've regressed.
You have regressed. Ah, well. And we say goodbye to your shirts as well, which have brought joy and colour to millions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, listen, David and Zach, thanks so much for playing. Great contestants. Thanks. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Congratulations, Andy and Heather, Gemma and Helen. You are now only 1 round away from the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £5,250. You're now going to go head-to-head. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, but the big news is you are now allowed to confer. Well, Gemma and Helen, you are returners, but you're both pairs on virgin territory here, because you left in the first round last time. Andy and Heather, well, you can put your heads together now, as can you, Gemma and Helen, so anything could happen. Very, very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns famous wrestlers. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 photographs now of famous wrestlers. We just need you to give us the stage name by which they were best known in the wrestling world, please. Very, very best of luck.
OK, let's reveal our 5 wrestlers, and here they come. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. OK, there we are, 5 wrestlers. Andy and Heather, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you go first.
I can throw them. Where do you know? C is the Rock. There's Big Daddy, and then there's the Rock.
We'll go with C, the Rock.
C, the Rock. OK, C, the Rock, say Andy and Heather. Gemma and Helen, you can talk us through all the other wrestlers.
Well, it was between C and E for ourselves also, so we're going to have to go with E and Hulk Hogan. We didn't know any others.
Hulk Hogan, you are saying. E, Hulk Hogan. So we have The Rock and we have Hulk Hogan. Andy and Heather have gone with The Rock. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right. 32. 32 for The Rock. So, Gemma and Helen, you've gone for Hulk Hogan. For E, you're saying. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Hulk Hogan. Absolutely right. 51. 51 plays 32, which means Andy and Heather, after 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Well played, Andy and Heather. Let's take a look through all of the board. Now, A is Andre the Giant, perhaps best known over here for his role in The Princess Bride, Rob Reiner's film. Plays Fezzik, and that would have scored you 8 points. B, of course, famous masked man.
Of course.
Kendo
Mad Max
Nagasaki.
Fury. Oh.
Kendo Nagasaki would have scored 15. You're from the northeast, aren't you?
Yes.
The best thing you can ask someone from the Northeast to say is the name of two wrestlers is Mick McManus and Kendo Nagasaki. So say that in a Geordie accent.
Mick McManus. Kendo Nagasaki.
It's good, isn't it?
Is that the best thing?
Yeah, Mick McManus and
Kendo Nagasaki, all you had to do was just go with his mask. He'd go...
Have you ever read Simon Garfield's book, The Wrestling?
No.
Which he interviews everybody involved in the 70s and 80s and earlier in British wrestling. It's just brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. Talks a lot to Kendo Nagasaki. Oh, it's really, really good. And talking of which, there's an awful lot about Dee as well in that. It's Big Daddy. Makes you proud to be British, doesn't it, that picture?
It does. I love the way they wear proper old circus strongman uniform there.
And you'll be glad to know, got a huge score as well. 70 points Big Daddy would have scored you. Big Daddy beat Hulk Hogan and The Rock. Good man.
But he's just got such a benign face, Big Daddy.
Yeah, you should read the book.
Huh?
You should read the book.
Oh, really? Really? Really?
Oh, yeah. They're hard as nails, all that lot.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. I ain't even kidding.
Shirley Crabtree?
Yeah.
Hard as nails. You'd have to be Shirley Crabtree, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed. Here comes your second question. Gemma and Helen, this is the one you have to win to stay in the game. Best of luck. It concerns UK general elections. UK general elections. Richard.
Yeah, we're simply going to give you 5 clues to facts about UK general elections here. Can you give us the most obscure answer? And all this information is correct as of May 2012.
OK, let's reveal our 5 facts about UK general elections, and here they are. We've got day of the week they're usually held, minimum voting age, number of seats at 2010 general election, current deposit required from a candidate, and the time of day that polling stations close. There we are, 5 facts. I'll read them one last time. Day of the week they're usually held, the minimum voting age, the number of seats at the 2010 general election, the current deposit required from a candidate, and the time of day that polling stations close. There we are. 5 facts about UK general elections. Gemma and Helen, you go first this time.
We're going to go for the time of day that the polling stations close, and we're going to go for 10 p.m.
10 p.m, say Helen and Gemma, 10 p.m. for the time of day the polling stations close. Andy and Heather, it's over to you. You can fill in all the gaps if you like.
I wish we could, but we only knew that one and the first one, Thursday, the day of the week that they're usually held.
OK, so Andy and Heather are going to go with Thursday. So we have 10 p.m. versus Thursday. Gemma and Helen have said 10 p.m. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. 10 p.m. Absolutely right. 59. 59 for 10 p.m. Andy and Heather have said Thursday, the day of the week on which they are usually held. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. Oh, look at that. 53. Wow. 53 for Thursday, which means, Andy and Heather, after only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0. Very, very well done indeed.
Yeah, well played, Andy and Heather. Yeah, they've been on Thursday since 1931. 1931, they had it on a Tuesday. Been Thursdays ever since. Let's take a look at the rest. The minimum voting age, that was the biggest score there. Obviously, 18 is what you have to be to vote, but 80 points it would have scored you. The number of seats at the 2010 general election is 650. And that would have scored 7 points. They're going to try and cut that by about 10% for the next election, supposedly. I don't hear anyone objecting. And the current deposit required from a candidate is £500. And that would have scored you 6 points. So that's the best answer on that board.
OK, thanks very much indeed. So our losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, Gemma and Helen, it's you. I was very surprised that you were pipped there on the 10 p.m. I thought if people knew what day of the week it was, perhaps they might find it a little bit hard to think what time of day. But there we are. No, you were pipped, which means we have to say goodbye to you. But much better performance from you today. It's been great to see more of you. I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you now. Gemma and Helen, though, thanks so much for playing. But for Andy and Heather, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Andy and Heather. You've fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £5,250. Well, you came in as the only newcomers. 3 returning pairs. Lowest scorers in round 1, lowest scorers in round 2, 2-0 in the head-to-head. How are you feeling?
Unbelievable.
It's like a dream, Alexander.
Really? OK, well, let's hope this dream continues. In the dream, what did you have in your final round, I wonder?
I had Paul Newman films.
OK.
Yeah.
Well, that could come up.
Oh,
you know what they're
only.
like? They're tough, but they're quite specific.
Yes.
I mean, if you know it, then
Yes.
you're in luck. Andy, anything you would love to see come up?
Anything that's not film or literature or history.
OK, well, remember you can use all of Heather's expertise on Paul Newman
Which
films,
I haven't-
if that comes up.
I have relied on throughout the show, as you've noticed.
OK, I don't say that. It's been a pretty good team effort. Oh, now, the rules are simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now, and you will go home with that £5,250. First, though, you've got to choose a category. This is the tough bit. Best of luck. You have 5 options. Here they are. Chemistry, European pop music, American actors, tennis, literary awards.
American actors?
It's got to be, isn't it?
American actors?
Yeah, go for it.
American actors, please.
What will you do if it's Paul Newman?
I will scream. I will literally scream.
OK, American actors it is. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many John Malkovich films as they can. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which John Malkovich has received an acting credit prior to the beginning of May 2012, please. No short films, TV films or documentaries, but voice performances do count. Very, very best of luck, and I'm very sorry it wasn't Paul Newman.
OK.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £5,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Dangerous Liaisons,
Yeah.
Being John Malkovich,
Yeah.
it was definitely in the line of fire.
In the Line of
Clint
Fire,
Eastwood.
yeah.
Anything else that you can come up with? That's my top 3. Anything else? Anything where he's being a bit
I am
murdery?
struggling with John Malkovich.
Can't come up with any.
No, In the Line of Fire, no.
Yeah, he's a psycho, isn't he? Yeah,
Being
yeah.
John Malkovich.
Definitely in that. But that probably isn't obscure enough.
Yeah, anything obscure.
No, Dangerous Liaisons is old. That's the only thing I'm going with. People might have forgotten Dangerous Liaisons. But, that's the only 3 that
Yeah.
come to mind. Go with those?
Go with
You
those.
happy?
Yeah.
OK, we're going to stop the clock. Then we shall. OK, we're looking for John Malkovich films. I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to go for?
Dangerous Liaisons.
Dangerous Liaisons.
In the Line of Fire.
In the Line of Fire.
And Being John Malkovich.
And Being John Malkovich. OK, there they are. Of those 3, which do you think is your most likely to be pointless?
I would say Dangerous Liaisons.
OK, we'll put that last. Which do you think is your least likely?
Being John Malkovich.
The one with his name in the title.
Yes.
OK, fair enough. Let's put that one first. And that leaves us with In the Line of Fire in the middle. Perfect. OK, well, let's put them up on the board in that order. And here they are. We have got Being John Malkovich, In the Line of Fire, and Dangerous Liaisons. OK, so we were looking for John Malkovich films. Being John Malkovich was your first answer, the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. You only have to find one pointless answer out of these 3 to win that jackpot of £5,250. Let's find out. Being John Malkovich, is it right? How many people said it? Well, it is right. Surprised to hear. Down it goes into the 60s, into the 50s. If this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here right now with £5,250. It's still going down into almost into single figures. Well, I tell you what, a film with his name in the title, and only 10 of our 100 people remembered it, or thought he was in it.
Wow.
I mean, he's not really in it very much, is it? Is he?
No.
It has to be said. But there we are. Not a pointless answer. Quite reassuring.
Yes.
Tells us quite a lot about what our 100 people know about John Malkovich films. Anyway, OK, so your second answer was In the Line of Fire. We're looking for John Malkovich films. Remember, this has to be right, has to be pointless. For you to win that jackpot, £5,250. You remember the part he played in this. You know
yes.
he's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite creepy. OK, so for £5,250, let's see how many people said In the Line of Fire, your second shot at the jackpot. Well, it's absolutely right. Being John Malkovich took us down to 10. In the line of fire, how far down is that going to take us? Going down into single figures if this goes all the way down to 0. Oh! Wow. Wow. So down from 10 to 1. It's all looking very, very good for your third answer, your most confident answer. We were looking for John Malkovich films. Your last answer, the one you thought was most likely to be pointless, was Dangerous Liaisons. Has to be right, has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. So for £5,250, let's find out how many people said Dangerous Liaisons. Is it pointless? Well, it's right. Being John Malkovich took us down to 10. In the Line of Fire took us down to 1. Dangerous Liaisons, your most confident answer, is still going down on now 5. Very well done. Unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, but you do still get to take home a pointless trophy, so very, very well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, unlucky 3 good answers there and a good performance throughout as well. We have actually already done Paul Newman films. We did it in one of our Pointless Celebrity specials. And Vanessa Feltz nicked it off you, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at some of the pointless answers, though, see if people at home got any of these. There's quite a few big films in here. Beowulf would have won you the money. The Changeling also would have won you the money from 2008. He's in Empire of the Sun, of course. That would have won you the jackpot. Of Mice and Men, who plays Lenny. Shadows and Fog, The Glass Menagerie. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy he's in would have won you the cash. The Killing Fields, plays Al Rockoff in that, and plays Athos. Of course, in The Man in the Iron Mask, that would have been pointless. Other pointless answers, Jennifer 8, Mary Riley would have been pointless. Mulholland Falls, Ripley's Game, The Libertine, The Object of Beauty. So lots of pointless answers out there. Very well done if you said any of those at home, and very, very bad luck in the studio, sorry.
Did you know any of those?
No.
Phew. Phew. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Andy and Heather, but it's been wonderful having you both on the show. Fantastic pair, done so well. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you.
Well, Andy and Heather didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £6,250. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.